Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. I put this up on X yesterday. It'll never happen, but here's what I would do if I was in charge of the Steelers. And I think Mike Tomlin, by all accounts, is a good man. I think Mike Tomlin is a good coach. I think Mike Tomlin is the type of guy that you want leading your organization for a lot of reasons. With that being said, it's been 18 years of mostly the same thing. Nothing's changing. I don't have the record up in front of me or anything, but it's been year after year after year has been the same thing, and they just come short. And it's just like it's on shuffle now. It's just the same song repeating over and over and over. And if you've ever done it, I've done it. When songs get popular, you repeat it over and over and over. You listen to it, and then you're like done with it. It's just enough. You don't even want to hear it anymore. And I think that's how Pittsburgh fan is feeling. And I'm not a Pittsburgh fan, but as a football fan and as somebody that talks about it, and as someone who has been a longtime business owner, I mean, it comes to a point where sometimes it's run its course. It's about results. They're not going to compete with the way that they're structured. And quite frankly, I don't think they're going to compete with Mike Tomlin anymore. Mike Tomlin at this point in his career would probably be somebody good to have as a advisor in the front office somewhere. His systems don't work. His coordinators don't work. The methodology behind the way that he coaches in the today modern game, it's behind and it's archaic. And whoever's decision it was to bring in all the older guys, it was a mistake. And I've said this for a long time, DK Metcalf is not a number one wide receiver. He's just not. He's like a 1A or a 1B, however you want to say it. He's the opposite of a 1. And then he can flourish in the number 2 role and look flashes like he is a number 1. But he's not that guy. He wasn't even the guy really that way in Seattle. When they really needed a big play, he wasn't the guy. It was Lockett, and then it became Njigba. And then you bring him over to Pittsburgh, and suddenly he's going to be this guy. And you take him in, and you let Pickens go, and it makes you think. While George Pickens has been pretty immature in a lot of ways, and he was in Pittsburgh, and he kept on doing some things that would make you want to question: is this a guy that we want to invest the money in? That's totally legit. That's a really fair question to ask. Now look at him. So when you look at him now, do you say, okay, that's a result of Dak Prescott? It could be any one of these. That's a result of Dak Prescott. That's a result of play calling. That's a result of having, a solid tight end in Ferguson and CeeDee Lamb on one side. Or is it just the opportunity? Is it the opportunity in a more advanced offensive type system to fully give your players an opportunity to truly show what they can do and go max on their potential and what their skill set is? I don't think George Pickens had that opportunity in Pittsburgh. I really don't. And now he does. And now you get a chance to see it. So I don't really think Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to do that. I didn't think he was going to be in the beginning. Would he be a stopgap measure? Yes. Would he keep them relatively at that 10-win type of plateau that it seems like Mike Tomlin can't get past, and they might not get there now? But is that the goal? Like, that's not the goal. In my opinion, as a business owner, if you are not competing as in terms of the NFL, if you are not competing legitimately for an NFL Super Bowl every year in the Final Four and get to the Super Bowl, then what are you doing? So I know everybody says they want to win it, but how legit are you? Do you keep doing the same things over and over to not give you a chance to get there? Or do you keep on doing the same things over and over to give you a legitimate chance to get there? Pittsburgh is not doing that. I don't think it is. Kevin Colbert is long gone. Kevin Colbert was a big part of their success. I know some people disagree with me on that, and Lions fans know Kevin Colbert. He was with the Lions at one time many, many years ago. He's the one responsible for bringing in a lot of that young talent over the years. Guys like Ryan Shazier, and, unfortunately he had that injury. Hayward, so many different guys. Their offensive line for years, he's not there anymore. They don't have the players. All right. They don't have the players. They don't have the staff. They don't have the quarterback. When they're using Rodgers, they don't have the quarterback. So if this was me, this is what I would do. I would sit Aaron Rodgers down. Look, you have a responsibility as an organization to do what's best for your team and to do what's best for your fans. You owe them. They are paying to give. They're giving you their money to see a product on the field that has a chance to do something special. Is Will Howard the long-term answer? The jury's out. We have to see it. But Will Howard might actually be the perfect fit for them. And your season's over. What are you, 6-6? Your season's over. You're not progressing. You're regressing. Aaron Rodgers is calling out his wide receivers. No one's on the same page. No one can figure out what the heck they're doing. So what does it matter at this point? 6-6. I'm sorry, Aaron. That's just the way life goes. It happens in the real world every day when we get smacked upside the head with something that happens that we don't like. And he's a Hall of Famer and all of those things. And, you know, he's got a busted up nose. He's got a fractured left wrist or whatever. And it's like, you know, move on. Put Will Howard in the rest of the year. See what you have. At the end of the year, you've got to step away from Mike Tomlin. And there's rumors that he might himself cooperatively agree, mutually agree that it's time to turn the page. 18 years doing anything consecutively is a long time. It's time for something fresh in Pittsburgh. Start with, don't let Tomlin go now. He's earned the right for 18 years with that franchise to finish out the season. Rodgers hasn't been there for 18 years, and they owe nothing to Aaron Rodgers other than the contract that they've given him. Sit him down, have him. He wants to come back for next year. For what? Your team is broken. You don't have the parts. What are you going to do? You're going to go out and get a free agent, and suddenly at 40, he'll be 42, I think, and very shortly here. And suddenly you're going to turn it around next year? You're not. Move on from Aaron Rodgers. Move on from Mike Tomlin. Put Will Howard in starting next week. Let him go the remaining, 5 games. Start to get him acclimated. It's not the roster that you should have long-term, but at least get him in there, get him in game-like situations, and see what he can do. Why wait? We already know the results. We're all Nostradamus in this, I think. We all know how this is going to end with Pittsburgh. If they keep it the same way as they had it yesterday for the remaining 5 games, we already know what the outcome is going to be. We don't know what the outcome is going to be if they put Will Howard in there. And that's why you have to see. Why would you go into next year? You drafted him in the 6th round. I understand it's a flyer. It's a long shot. Played very well at Kansas State, won a national championship with Ohio State. A lot of people seem to think, well, anybody could have won that, won that championship with Ohio State. You could put this quarterback, this quarterback, this quarterback. Nonsense. He was the quarterback. He made the throws. He made the plays. He was nails. He's a tough guy. He's accurate. He's all of those things. So you don't know what you have with him till you give him the opportunity. Give it to him now. Don't start next year and say, oh, let's give him, the usual 5 games, 6 games. Let's see what we got with Will Howard. And if he's our answer, go now. Go now. Your season's over. And if Will Howard comes in and maybe that just clicks and lights the world on fire and somehow you sneak into a playoff, great. But you're done as you are currently constituted. What you are doing right now as of yesterday, it doesn't work. It hasn't worked for weeks. You had a few moments, a few spots earlier in the year. I think it was TJ Watt. TJ Watt said, I have never seen, and I'm paraphrasing here, I've never been a part of a team keep running the same play over and over and over and over, and we couldn't stop it. So it's defensively, it's offensively, it's the whole team. It's the whole makeup. It's the whole leadership. It's stale. It's old. It's literally old. It's enough already. So Pittsburgh fan, I certainly feel for you.